Simulation gives you an overview on the basic features of Microsoft Project. Now let's open the Microsoft Project software. The startup page offers you a lot of different templates. For us to see the basics of the MS Project, let's just start from a new blank project. The main workspace is divided into several parts. On top, you have the ribbon, which is familiar for most of us because it's just the same as the Microsoft softwares that we use. The middle part is where the main project table and the Gantt chart located is, where you can edit and organize the schedule, assignments, and tasks. Above it, you have the timeline, which focuses on the selected chosen task. To create a task, type the task name, indicate the start date, and the finish date. At this point, the task appears on the Gantt chart as a colored bar extended on the timeline as much as the time duration is. You can also use the zoom bar in the bottom right corner to zoom in and out, showing days, weeks, and hours. You can also double-click on the taskbar to change its appearance. You can also change the task start, finish dates, and duration directly on the bar by dragging it in time. And the right edge to change its duration. The white columns is for working days, such as Monday to Friday, whereas the non-working days are represented by the gray columns. If ever that there is a holiday, you can change it by going to the Project tab, click the Change Working Time, and under Exceptions, you can name the holiday. Indicate also the start date and the finish date. You can go to Options to change the ordinary working hours. Once you click OK, the Gantt chart updates with your changes by adding or removing gray columns. You can split a task by right-clicking the bar and going to Split Task. This split task is two independent parts separated by a single day and without changing the task duration. This is used to free some working hours to dedicate to a more important task. If you want to delete a task, just right-click and select the delete task. You can also add percentage of completion by dragging the left edge of the bar. This is represented as a thin line progressing over the working days, whereas if you need to adjust all the details regarding any task, just double-click the name and the task information pops up. Here you can adjust the percentage, duration, the start, and also the finish date. And under Notes, you can write additional comments, suggestions, or reminders. And for the advance, you can fix the final date of the task. Once you click OK, there is a green arrow on the Gantt chart, and in case it overcomes it, a warning sign will pop up in the task. By default, all new tasks created are manual scheduled tasks with a pin symbol on the task sheet, and with their start, finish, and duration managed manually. From task mode, you can turn this into auto-scheduled tasks, which are moved and edited by the project in case do not respect the constraints you define, for example, any deadline or limit. From task information, under Advanced, you can add the deadline, indeed, you can still move and edit the auto-scheduled task manually, with the difference being that project assists you to make your schedule effective while respecting any deadlines or constraints. To keep selected tasks under control, you can use the independent timeline above. To add to the timeline, just right-click and add to timeline. To remove this, just right-click and remove from timeline. You can add any dependence between two or more tasks by using the links. Just drag any task vertically and connect over to another task. By default, this creates a finish to start link, where the second task can start just when the previous one, called predecessor, finishes. Each task can also admit multiple predecessors. All the predecessors of any task are listed under the predecessors column. To manage links between the task and its predecessors, you can open the task info panel under the predecessors tab. Each link is shown and the kind of predecessor, which is default finish to start as said earlier. But you can also choose start to start the current task when its predecessor starts, finish to end the current task when the predecessor finishes, or start to finish to begin the current task when its predecessor ends. Pay attention when moving manually scheduled tasks that have links. In case the new schedule does not respect the kind of link, you will get errors on the task, shown in contoured bar. You can use Respect Links under the Task tab to correct the schedule of the current task. In case of auto-scheduled tasks, these are solved automatically by project depending on your choice from the planning wizard. To remove any link from the selected task, use Unlink Task. If you have any in progress but you do not want it to interfere with another task or links, select it and click on Inactivate.
Beside the tasks, you also have the summaries and milestones. The summaries are a collection of tasks grouped together. When you create one, this is added in bold inside the task sheet, including the first task that was previously selected. Then you can rename it. Define its duration, define its start, and when it should be finished. If you want to create another task, just do right click, choose the insert task, or you can just simply copy the existing task and paste it under the summary. On the Gantt chart, summaries are shown as tick containers, extended in time as much as their task inside, but you can still adjust the duration in case it is manually scheduled summary. Milestones are markers representing reach goals on the timeline. These are shown on the chart as single points complete with the goal date in bold. Summaries and milestones can be adjusted by double-clicking on this and using the information panel. Just click OK. Microsoft Project also has great tools to manage all the people inside a team in order to assign and distribute properly the work time in the most effective way. If you switch to the Team Planner Workplace, here in the bottom right corner, you can add all your collaborators and assign all the tasks you have defined this. To add collaborators, go to the Resource tab and to the Add Resource. You can input from your own address book or add manually by using Work Resource. Then double-click on the new row to define the name, email, initials, group, code, type, and the booking type, and even the availability under the resource availability. If you go to change working time, you can add holidays and non-holidays to specific resource and choose click OK. Then you can assign any task by dragging and dropping this on the right resource row, respecting the time placement. Once assigned, these tasks show the dedicated resource names on the Gantt chart. Just go back to the Gantt chart here in the bottom right corner, and you will see that the tasks show the dedicated resource names on the Gantt chart. Inside Project, you have the possibility to make quick reports on your project plan. If you want to create report, just go to the Report tab into the New Report to create any tables, charts, or any use-ready template. Here in the bottom right corner, all reports are shown on the report view. And you can check any report in the Recent under the Report tab. You can also customize the report as you like with all the tools inside the Design tab above. If you want to save your work, just go to File and to Save As, and choose for a location you want to save your file. Make sure that the file is in PP format. Click Save. If you want to import another document, just go to Project tab and then Sub-Project and choose for a file you want to insert. This will be added and treated file just like an auto-scaled summary, directly linked and updated to the latest version of the document. That's all for the basic features. Thank you for listening.